Hey everybody, it's your boy Oki Mix coming back with a little bit of domination gameplay on Aachen. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I wasn't gonna respond or give any more attention to, I'm sure everybody's heard the news and story about Logan Paul entering the suicide forest over in mainland Japan.
Advance and take position.
After seeing a lot of the comments and seeing a lot of the reactions and how YouTube handled the situation, and then this morning as I'm watching the morning news, getting up to date on current events going on in the world, to see that he actually is getting publicity through news media for this disgusting act that he did with the Team 10 groupies or whoever they are. Having spent a total of 5 years in Japan myself, I learned a lot about the culture. They are very meticulous, they hold themselves to a very high standard. And Japan, if you didn't know, is one of the countries with the highest suicide rate in the world. And the reason being is because they hold themselves to such a high standard. And they feel as if they can't live up to the expectations that they set for themselves, the only thing they can do is, unfortunately, they feel they need to result in taking their own life. Now, the fact that there's even a forest named Suicide Forest should tell you something. Now, I can't say that, I used to tell the Marines when I was in the Marine Corps, I used to tell them all the time, not one of you guys wakes up in the morning on a Friday getting ready for the weekend and says, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get myself arrested tonight. But one thing leads to another. Generally, alcohol is involved, and it ends up making bad judgments based off of the decisions they made to drink or whatever it was, and they tend to make bad decisions and wind up getting themselves in a pretty bad situation. Now, Logan Paul and his groupies of Team 10, they knew what they were doing when they went out there into that forest. Did they, anticipate on the backlash and everything that came of it? No, but Jake Paul, Logan Paul, all of Team 10, all you see is negative stuff coming from them. And their followers are such a young, undeveloped mind audience that, they find pranks and some of the distasteful stuff they do is comical, and they think it's funny because they haven't yet experienced enough life to be able to determine that, some of the terrible decisions you can make really can have a lasting effect on your future. They don't realize that, these guys, they're self-made millionaires because they got into the YouTube game early on, and they built such a large following that they don't have to have an education. They've never had to work on their own. All they've done is capitalized off of a hobby that they started out, and they got lucky. Which is very disgusting because, in today's society, I refer to it as wussification of America. Everybody's so sensitive. Everybody's so, their feelings get hurt way too easily because there's no real person-to-person interaction. When I was young, there was only 3 ways you can communicate with somebody. Either in person, over a landline telephone, or via the mail. We didn't have email, text messaging, we didn't have cell phones, we had none of that stuff. We went outside and we learned and built up our street smarts and, common sense based off of life experiences. Now, these guys, they've just had their life handed to them. Now, knowing what I know about Japan, they should have been immediately apprehended, locked up, and then, been punished through the Japanese law enforcement system. There is no excuse. And then to video it, mock such a tragic situation that they stumbled across. I mean, what did they go into the suicide forest expecting to find? Nothing. I mean, come on. They planned this, they thought about it, and if you look at everybody that was in the video with them, they were all smirking and giggling and just distasteful about it. And the fact trending on YouTube, which is hand selected by YouTube creators to put it on the trending page, is even more distasteful. Because I've seen other YouTubers that have even talked about the situation or posted different things, and and by no means any kind of a drama channel. I usually will not use subject myself to this type of stuff, but being a nobody in the YouTube community, you know, if I can recognize that, you know, the acts were just completely disgusting and, you know, distasteful, you know, the rest of society that has any small amount of, you know, ethical values or moral compass should be able to determine that as well. Now, I've seen that there was a couple little media stunt, you know, publicity stunt style apologies posted by Logan Paul. I'm not buying on either one of them. There's nothing he's sorry about. He's not sorry about what he did or any of that. What he's sorry is that his reputation may take a hit. But with his reputation taking a hit, it's only gained him more value in the long run because it's being publicized and documented everywhere. But YouTube is capitalizing and making so much money off of all this, you know, ad revenue and everything that goes with it. He ends up winning in the end anyway. He's sitting back laughing all the way to the bank. I find it to be disgusting. Like I said, spending time in Japan, I understand these people. I've had Japanese national employees that work directly for me. I understand them and their culture. You know, to go and disgrace somebody that felt so low at a point that they felt the only way they can kind of do what they felt was right was to take their own life, and to have somebody just publicly humiliate them and just mock them and berate them, that's absolutely just utterly disgusting. And YouTube, you guys, you need a reality check. You need a wake up call. Somebody needs to investigate this a little bit further. And, you know, you want to go ahead and put age restrictions on certain videos just because of the content. Call of Duty, a first person shooter, fake, you know, just entertainment. But you're going to allow somebody that posts a picture of a dead body, you know, capitalize. Yes, he took the video down. He don't care. The damage was already done. He already gained his millions of views. His likes, his retweets, his shares, his popularity jumped through the roof. Yeah, now he's getting a lot of negative backlash, but he's already cashed in on all that. You know, so until, you know, the YouTube community's already got a bad reputation. You know, and it's people like this that do not feel they have to follow the laws. Now, if I did some of the stuff that, or any one of us just average human beings did 1/10 of the stunts and shenanigans that, you know, some of these YouTubers pull, we wouldn't get any kind of second chance. They would cuff us to the damn railing and let us get railed and just throw us to the wolves, which I find to be crap. You know, this guy does nothing more than make some corny little prank videos. He thinks it's all fun and games. I mean, the only one that's really enjoying it is them. I mean, and these little kids. And that just goes to show what type of parenting some of these kids have. there's no supervision. Now, I've completely blocked my kids from YouTube because I will be darned if I'm gonna allow even my teenage kids to watch some of this crap. So YouTube, you really need to fix yourself and take a deep look in the mirror and see who's doing right, who's doing wrong, and maybe come up with some little stricter guidelines on what you will allow and what you condone. Because if not, I got. If you like what you heard, like, share, subscribe. Until next time, Okie Mix out.